Pet Life Radio.
This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, cat lovers. This is Michelle Fern, your host on Cattitude. Today, I should actually sneeze, go achoo. We're going to talk about what you can do if you have cat allergies, you're allergic to cats, because there's so many of you that are allergic to cats but want to be a cat pet parent. Is it possible? I have a special guest and we're going to talk about it. We'll be right back after this break.
Moose is the German Shepherd and hasn't had any kind of health problems at all. He has been on Dinovite since he's a puppy. DINOVITE.com. We tell anybody that has a dog, if there was something that you could do right from the beginning so that you don't have expensive veterinary bills, why would you not do it? Get the Dinovite.
Dinovite for life.
You get some Dinovite, how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited to have with me today Dr. Kat. She is my good friend and the show host of one of our most popular shows, 9 Lives with Dr. Kat. Welcome, Dr. Kat.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm so excited because I'm usually on the other side of all of this.
You know what, Dr. Kat, I've been doing the show Cattitude for so long, a little longer than I've had cats. But one of the questions that I hear all the time is, I'm allergic to cats, but how can I have a cat? And it's funny enough, you're allergic to cats. And funny enough, I have a mild allergy to cats where I was tested once and I'm actually allergic to their skin, but not their fur, which is kind of strange. But I have 3 cats in the house and I'm okay with it. How intense is your cat allergy?
Well, it's actually not strange at all. Most of the people who are allergic to cats are allergic to their skin and not their hair. So I think that it is important that we talk a little bit about what is an allergy, because most people don't truly understand. There is a protein on the cat's skin and in their saliva and in their urine that triggers the allergic response for people. So you can't have a cat without skin and saliva and urine. So that's where it's all kind of coming from. Now, the way I deal with it, obviously, I'm a practicing veterinarian, so I see a lot of animals, both dogs and cats, and I'm allergic to dogs too. I see them all day, and I do take medications, I do take injections, and then in the evening, I change my clothes and wash my hair, and I am not allowed to sleep with my pets. So that's kind of a bummer, but it does keep me healthy.
Well, those are definitely good tips, and that's interesting. So if the allergen exists kind of within the cat, their skin, their saliva and everything, is it possible for someone who absolutely adores cats to be around them? I mean, you're around them, I'm around them, I take an antihistamine. I guess there's different intensities of the allergy.
Well, allergies are as kind of individual as the people and the cats, but I think that it is important that we understand the way our immune system works. So the job of our immune system is to protect us from dangerous things like pathogens. And in an allergy, our body mistakenly identifies the protein from the cat as a threat and mounts a response. So that is the reason when you have cat allergies, you feel like you're coming down with something. You may have an itchy nose or watery eyes. Mine will eventually progress to a bronchitis where I become, actually sick. And for years, I didn't know why I would get these colds all the time. And it was actually my allergy. So it is an issue with your immune system where your body is doing what it's supposed to do. It's just doing it against the wrong thing, because obviously cat proteins don't really make us sick. They're not really a threat to us.
What do you think about alternatives? You know, like someone loves cats, they really want a cat. Are there any alternatives for someone who's allergic to cats? And I guess it would depend upon the intensity of their allergy. You know, some people break out in hives when they are around cats, and some people just have, a mild reaction. There's different breeds, so does that make a difference?
Well, it is a common myth, and you will hear about it and see it everywhere. There is no hypoallergenic cat. There is no hypoallergenic dog, because you can't have a cat without skin. So now there are different breeds of cats, and of course dogs too. And people say that certain cats trigger their immunity or trigger their allergy a little less, but it's individual. So you might elect to spend some time with the cat before you bring the cat into your home, because certain cats might trigger you worse and certain cats might trigger you less. And some people even say, this is super interesting, some people even say the concentration of the protein is different in different color cats, different breeds of cats, and even different gender cats. So, you might research it and spend some time with the cat you're looking at before you commit to a forever situation.
So what about, for someone who tends to, I guess it's kind of a give and take test and see how it goes, because I've heard Sphinx cats, which are bald, they have no fur, they have, of course, skin, and they're very wrinkly, and I think they're adorable even though they look like little aliens. But a lot of people will say if they're allergic to cats, since the Sphinx doesn't have fur, they can have a Sphinx. Or if they bathe their cat frequently, once a week, then it's okay. Do you think this makes much of a difference?
I wish it did, because I really like Sphinx cats. They have so much personality. And so as I went through this journey with my allergist, I know him pretty well now. I used to take care of his pets. And I remember when I got this diagnosis, it was very devastating to me. I just remember sitting on his exam table with the results of my allergy skin test. And I just felt tears kind of welling up, because I've been a veterinarian. I wanted to be a veterinarian since I was 5. I own my practice. I'm in it. So I looked at him and I said, what do I do? Do I have to stop being a veterinarian? And he said, of course not. You're my veterinarian, so I'm going to help you. And so we became friends, and I even wrote about him in my book, Tennessee Tales, Pets and Their People, because my relationship with him is special. And so because of that, I have his cell number. So I text him a picture of a Sphinx kitten. And I said, well, what about this one? I really, really want a cat that I'm not allergic to. And he texted me back that the picture I sent him was a face that only a mother could love, and that it didn't matter. The cat had skin, and that so it wouldn't be the silver bullet that I wanted it to be. So again, it's just individual to the cat and to the person what works for you. I do continue to practice, and I do continue to have pets, and I've just found my balance with that.
Well, thank you for all that information. So contrary to what we've heard and what people might have heard, that the length of the hair doesn't matter. It's not necessarily, doesn't really make a difference as far as the amount of dander on the cat. And breed, it might be hit or miss. They would just have to maybe test and see.
Right. Well, yes. And it is individual. And even the test results do not always accurately reflect how severe your response might be, because everybody has an individual immunity. So he actually told me that I was more severely allergic to cats than I was to dogs, because he was measuring the size of my skin reaction. But I don't really see that. I'm allergic to both of them, and I don't see a difference there. But you asked about what people can do. And of course, the doctors would say being away from pets is your best treatment, but that's not feasible. It's not feasible for me, and it's really not feasible for anyone who is an animal lover. I mean, obviously, you have a commitment to your pets, and you can't You can't just sever that commitment unless your allergy is a life-threatening one. Obviously, that would change, your choices.
All right, well, we're going to be right back and talk a little bit more about cats and allergies after this message. Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. I have to tell you about Pet Treater. Pet Treater is a gift box for your fur babes that gives you the chance to surprise them with interactive toys, all natural treats, and a whole bunch more. I just got one for Dennis's birthday, but I made sure to get the larger size because I knew Molly and Charlotte would want in on the action too. Let me tell you, it arrived the day before I planned to give it to him. Dennis actually slept next to it the entire time. In the morning, when I went to open it, I noticed all these claw marks on the box. They were trying to break into the goods. What a party once I opened the box for them. They had a blast. Whether you have a really cute kitty or an adorable doggy or maybe some of each roaming your house, you can tailor the box to fit their needs, including any allergies they have or their size. We all need an excuse to spend more quality time with our fur kids. With a subscription starting as low as $15, you and your furry family members will get to unbox some new surprises together, meaning you'll be spending less money, less time shopping, and more time hanging out. And if you're as obsessed with sharing photos of your pets as I am, you can connect with other animal lovers on the Pet Treater site. Okay, now Pet Treater is giving us this great offer. Go to pettreater.com and use the coupon code Cattitude, that's Cattitude, and you'll get 50% off the first month of your subscription. That's pettreater.com, pettreater.com, and get ready for some great party times with your fur babes.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about cats and allergies with Dr. Cat. What I wanted to ask you before we talk about what you can do to make your maybe home or your environment more livable with a cat. What do you think about food? I know that there was a major brand that just came out with a food that reduces, the proteins in the cat by X amount, and it was researched for 10 years, all this extensive research. Do you think that can happen? In fact, that's sizable enough to make it feasible for someone with allergies to go ahead and get the cat of their dreams?
You know what? I'm really excited about that. It won't help me because it's only designed to be fed to your own personal cat. And I'm obviously exposed to more than just my own personal cat. So I can't say to all my patients, please feed your cat this food. But the science is pretty exciting about that. They have found a way to feed chickens something that makes them put an antibody into their eggs that deactivates the protein so that a cat lover's body will not react to it if their cat is fed this food. Now, it doesn't mean that all cat lovers need to rush out and start feeding their cat eggs, because these are specific eggs that come from specific chickens that are designed to help with that. But I think it's one of the most exciting advances we've had in quite some time, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it kind of pans out.
I'm excited too, especially for those that are, have never had a cat, just been waiting for this moment. How can we make our home environment a little bit more cat friendly? So say if our allergy on cats, we're thinking, let's try it out. Maybe it's doable. What can we do for our home to make it, more, allergy friendly for those that have allergies?
Well, my allergist suggested that I not have pets in my bedroom, which was a huge culture change for me. But he said you spend 1/3 of your time in your bedroom. He said you just need a safe place. You just need a place where you can go and that there aren't any allergens there. Now, of course, I spend all my days in an allergen-rich environment. So I definitely have to do this, but this is something that animal lovers can do for themselves is just make their bedroom an animal-free zone. The allergens that come from animals are kind of sticky. Those proteins are sticky. So they love carpet. They can even stick on woodwork. So you have to be super duper clean, and hardwood floors and bare floors are better. They say to avoid this, if you do have carpet, you need to vacuum it a lot, and you have to wear a dust mask when you vacuum because it will aerosolize those particles and produce more of a reaction from you.
I've heard about that a lot. If you have carpet and you're allergic to anything, cats or anything, pull out the carpet, or if you have to, small area rugs, because carpet just seems to absorb everything.
Yeah, so use it as a good excuse to get new floors.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate carpeting anyways. It's a dust trap, a hair trap. And
yep. I love the way smooth floors feel, and it's just easier to clean. I actually have one of those vacuum cleaner robots that has the pet dander filter in it. And I really like that little gadget. I don't know if my doctor would say that is something that he would recommend. So, I mean, that's not doctor recommended, except that I'm Dr. Cat. But I love my little robot vacuum.
That's a great idea. I've also heard if you have, most people these days have central air. If you change your air conditioning filter frequently, that makes a big difference too. Have you heard that?
I have. And when I first got diagnosed, I bought one of the air cleaners for my office. And my office is on the second floor of my animal hospital. And I don't usually have animals in my office, but I kind of do. I kind of cheat. Like if there's a cute kitten or an animal boarding, I take it to my office. So my doctor's going to know that now. But yeah, I tried one of the HEPA filters in my office. And you said something about washing the pet, and cats do not like to have a bath. So I would say the most you could do for a cat is wipe them down with a damp cloth rather than doing a full-fledged bath. Okay.
And what do you think are some alternatives for those that are so allergic to cats that even, with all of the great advice you've been giving, they still, think there's no way, I can't do it. Do you think fostering or cat cafes might be a good alternative?
I think there are ways to get a cat fix, and volunteering at cat rescues, even if all you can do is just provide financial assistance. I love cat cafes. Now, if I go to a cat cafe, I have to take an antihistamine and a nasal spray. And when I come home, I have to change clothes and wash. I have long hair, so I have to wash my hair. But cat lovers need a cat fix. So I think that that's an excellent point. There are ways to find the cat fix.
You mentioned a dust mask when you're vacuuming. These days, we're still in COVID and we're all wearing masks. Do you think wearing a mask with your cat would reduce some of the allergens affecting the person that's allergic to cats?
It might. It should filter out a lot, but it's awkward. I do not wear, except for COVID, I do not wear like an N95 mask when I treat cats. I just take my antihistamine. So, for some people, it might be feasible, especially if you have asthma, but it's not practical as a veterinarian. I never knew I'd be wearing a mask all day, every day.
Me neither. And now it's almost like commonplace. And if you forget your mask, you feel like I'm missing something, and of course you have to go back to your car to get it, or, walk back in your house and get it or something. But it's strange times.
Yeah, I wear mine on a lanyard around my neck so I can't forget it.
It's almost like you have a mask outfit. And I'm thinking, I can't wait till these get put away. And, 5 years down the road, remember when we had to wear masks all the time? And, I miss my lip gloss. I just do.
I don't wear as much makeup because it just rubs off in my mask. So, that's been kind of freeing, I guess.
I know. I don't even bother doing my hair. It's ponytail. So it's nice, but I kind of miss that stuff.
Me too.
It's just, I have glasses on that get fogged up. I have the mask. You can barely see any of my face. So what's the point of makeup? And then it makes your mask dirty. And that just,
Yep, we're all adapting.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Cats adapt to stuff, and we're adapting. So, yeah.
So, Dr. Kat, thank you so much for coming on Cattitude. You mentioned your book before and you mentioned your show. Can you just give my listeners just a little shout out, just tell them a little bit more about your show and your book?
Absolutely. My show is 9 Lives with Dr. Kat here on Pet Life Radio. I have tons of fun interviewing interesting people and learning things. My book is called Tennessee Tales, Pets and Their People. It's just a collection of fun stories from when I first became a veterinarian. And, it's funny with COVID, suddenly book sales are way up, which, that's a good thing, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on Cattitude and sharing all your great information about cats and allergies and what we could do about them.
Thanks for having me.
Well, all of you that have cat allergies or friends that have cat allergies, I hope you got a lot out of this show. Some great information, some great alternatives. I'd like to thank everyone listening to Cattitude. Thanks to Dr. Kat from our show, 9 Lives with Dr. Kat, for coming on and giving us all of this great information. Thanks to Mark Winter, my producer, for making me and Dr. Kat sound amazing. And thanks to my cat crew, Dennis and Charlotte and Molly. That's my indoor crew. For, I don't know what you guys do, but my cat allergies are pretty good. I don't have very much of a symptom. So thanks, guys. And keep listening because we have some great shows coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.